everybody. How are you? How's everyone doing today? Happy opening day and all that good stuff. Hello, hello. So I promised you all a cute surprise. And you're going to be watching a quick minute-long video of my daughter, Bryn, when my daughter was a grand total of 3.5 years old. So, just listen to my daughter and understand what you're up against.
Who's president number 1?
George Washington.
Who's president 2?
Johnny Adams.
Who's president 3?
Thomas Jefferson.
Who's president 4?
James Madison.
Who's president number 5?
James Monroe.
Who's president number 6?
That is John Quincy Adams.
Who's president 7?
Andrew Jackson.
Who's president 8?
One Van Buren.
Who's president number 9? Who's president number 10?
John Tyler.
Who's president number 11?
James Polk.
And who's president number 12? Zachary
Taylor.
And that is my lovely little daughter at 3 years old. And that is Bryn. Bryn is pretty freaking adorable, and Bryn has always... Well, that was when... That was... I gotta tell you, that was 4 years ago. That was 4 years ago. She was 3 turning 4. She's a crazy little girl, but she's mine. And she has that same sense of knowledge. Hello everyone, welcome to Jeopardy Bootcamp. By the way, if you like trivia and you we're gonna give you the fastest 45 minutes of trivia of the day. It's gonna go pretty quick. And at the end of the stream, you're gonna get a PDF. The PDF will have all the information that we went over in stream and some other information. Today we're talking about U.S. presidents, and we decided to include some lists of presidents that might help you in your studying if you are studying to get on Jeopardy. These lists will help you in Learned League. If you're in Learned League, it'll help you in just regular pub trivia. And, this is a good way to test your skills. Again, this is actually an area that I did a lot of studying for when it was time for Jeopardy. I spent a lot of time on, Presidents of the United States and stuff like that. And it would have paid off. I mean, it did pay off. I got to say Hoovers on TV, which was fun. But without that, I don't know if I would have been as good or as ready to go with U.S. history. And we are going to play. Again, each of these questions are going to be around 30 seconds. This is a non-competitive stream. I'm going to show you the scores, but really you're competing against yourself to learn and to be ready for these types of questions if they ever come up on Jeopardy or in trivia. So no reason to cheat. Anyway, you got only 30 seconds per question, so just do your best. You're basically learning what you know and what you don't know here. And that's going to be the best way to kind of keep things forward for you. The first 10 questions are the top 2 rows. Those are your easier questions. Your next 10 questions are your middle rows. And your last 10 questions are your bottom row. If you feel confident with U.S. presidents, this is going to be a way for you to make bank. So, question number 1, U.S. presidents. He's the only U.S. president who never lived in the White House. End of question number 1. Yes, social for the first one. Should be a social. Only president to never live in the White House is George Washington. For an extra point, where did he live? I'm not giving you an extra point, but tell me in chat, where did George Washington actually live? Question number 2. The birthplace and former home of 2 U.S. presidents, Adams National Historical Park in this Massachusetts town that share a name with the younger of the 2 men. Time is up. We were looking for Quincy. You need to have had the word Quincy in there. That's John Adams and John Quincy Adams. And John Quincy being the younger of the 2. Question number 3. His middle name is Hussein. Social again. His middle name is Hussein because it's Barack Obama. Hussein would be the Pavlov there. Question number 4. Starting in 1973, Texas recognized August 27th as this man's birthday statewide. So the clue here, that was really the one that you were looking for, is 1973. 1973 was your big clue here. So who was president in 73? I mean, if you think about what happened in the world at that time, you might have landed on LBJ. LBJ, or Lyndon Baines Johnson. Question number 5. President's Day in Alabama honors Washington and this next president from the South. Got a couple of Uggs, got a couple of Jefferson Davises, but it's the wrong Jefferson. So, your next Southern president after Washington was Thomas Jefferson. And if you're a fan of Hamilton, you know that there was a lot of negotiation to move the capital south so Jefferson could be closer to home. Question number 6. He was noticeably drunk at Lincoln's second inauguration. A little over a month later, he was president. So, noticeably drunk at Lincoln's second inauguration was Andrew Johnson, who became president just a little while after. Question number 7. Willie Cemetery Poteet is best known for being this president's caddy at Augusta National in the 1950s. So who was best known for being this president's caddy? I mean, Willie Cemetery Poteet. Best known for being Eisenhower's caddy. Question number 8. He was just a candidate for president when William Dickey renamed an Alaska mountain for him. So it's no longer named Mount McKinley. But he had he had a mountain named for him in Alaska. And you should all know the name of that mountain now. What is the name of that mountain now? Tell me in chat. You should know. Denali. Question number 9. He served the shortest term as president. 1 month. He served the shortest term as president, just 1 month. Some people surmise that it was because he spoke for a real long time at his inauguration and got pneumonia and then died. William Henry Harrison, not Benjamin Harrison. Can't give credit for that. William Henry Harrison. Question number 10, the last one of the top 2 rows. Making more money than this president in 1931, Babe Ruth supposedly said, "I had a better year than he did." I mean, everybody had a better year than this president did. Everybody. The answer is Herbert Hoover. Herbert Hoover. Or as Zoe likes to hear me say, Hoover's Hoovers. Now we get to the next set of questions. These are middle row questions. Again, some of you might find this to be easy. Some of you might find this hard. Depends on your real comfort level with presidents. This 20th century president's middle initial S didn't stand for anything specific. At the last second, 2 of you got it in. I'm glad, because it is Harry S. Truman. Question number 12, the first one that will give some of you pause. Some of you. The 400,000 men and women buried at Arlington include 2 U.S. presidents, John F. Kennedy and this man who was also Chief Justice. They're the 2 U.S. presidents who are buried at Arlington. One of them is John F. Kennedy, and the other one is William Howard Taft. Taft. Question number 13, which I'll tell you, I played these questions also. 13 was the first one I got wrong, so be smarter than me this time. World Book on him. He rarely smiled, almost never laughed, and sat silently through official dinners. Y'all are smarter than me. Much smarter. That's Calvin Coolidge. Calvin Coolidge. Great job, everyone. Quiet Cal. Question number 14. This manly guy's dogs included Pete, a bully terrier. So there's 2 Pavlovs. This is 2 Pavlovs in one. Two Pavlovs in one. First, they call him manly. And that is the adjective that tends to go along with this president almost all the time. And the other one is the word bull. They really did that because the Bull Moose Party. This is Theodore Roosevelt. Question number 15. His classmates at West Point called him Sam, as in Uncle Sam. They called him Sam as in Uncle Sam. It is someone who, U.S. Ulysses S. Grant, even though Ulysses isn't even his first name. First name Hiram. Ulysses S. Grant. Question number 16. On August 6th, 1858, the first cable message across the Atlantic was sent from Queen Victoria to this U.S. president. Knowing the date and the year would definitely help you out with this question. Knowing the year is going to help you out quite a bit here. Especially if you know that the Civil War started in 1861. So with that being said, you wanted the president right before the Civil War, or James Buchanan. Question number 17. John Nance Garner, this president's first vice president, served from 1933 to 1941. So it's hard to keep track of all of these vice presidents, but especially when you're talking about the 30s. The president from the 30s that you should always kind of Pavlov to is FDR, Franklin Delano Roosevelt. Question number 18. We're gonna get into the facts now. He won the popular vote, but lost the election of 1824. So some of you, actually quite a few of you, 3 of you gave me the winner who won the election but lost the popular vote. You had to give it to me the other way around. So John Quincy Adams did defeat Andrew Jackson. This was the corrupt bargain. And why Quincy was considered one of the... there was a lot of heat when Quincy had won the presidency. Quite a bit. Question number 19. Graduating from Princeton in 1879, he was the first president to earn a PhD. Graduating from Princeton in 1879, Woodrow Wilson is the first president to earn a PhD. Good job. Question number 20, the last one in the middle 2 rows before we get to the bottom row, which is always a little bit tougher. Stephen was the real name of this president who served 2 non-consecutive terms. This is I want to call this American. This is a trivia question. This is a chestnut that comes up quite a bit So if this is something you don't know, you definitely want to commit this one to memory to those of my friends overseas or in Canada. Definitely one that comes up. The only president to serve 2 non-consecutive terms is good old Grover Cleveland. Here is the end, the last bit of questions. These are the bottom rows. Zachary Taylor succeeded him, the first president who chose to not seek re-election after 1 term. Zachary Taylor succeeded him. And if you were listening to my daughter today, at the beginning of the stream, you had help with this question. But not all of you were. At least one person made mention of my daughter during their answers. That's neat. This is James K. Polk. James K. Polk. Question number 22. His Airedale, Laddie Boy, had his own chair at cabinet meetings. Laddie kept his nose clean during Teapot Dome. This is an important, this is a very important Pavlov to know. So if you ever see the words Teapot Dome, you are automatically going to answer Warren Harding. The Teapot Dome scandal. Big deal. White Christmas. Let's skip this song. Sorry about that. That's weird. Warren Harding. Question number 23. 19 presidents have previously served in the U.S. House of Representatives. He's the most recent one. This is a nasty one. 3 correct answers in its entirety. Serving from 1967 to 1971 in Texas's 7th District. It's George H.W. Bush. Question number 24. The first president born outside the original colonies in 1809. Born in Kentucky in 1809. Abraham Lincoln. Question number 25. Let's see how you do with math. He was elected in the nation's centennial year. Good job to all of you who was able to figure out that the president in 1876, Rutherford B. Hayes. Question number 26. His cousin Jessamine West's novel Friendly Persuasion has a hero based on his great-grandfather, Joshua Milhouse. So the clue here is the last name of the grandfather. It's Milhouse. And it's the middle name taken by Richard Milhouse Nixon. We have 4 questions left. Question number 27. With a book about the South, he became the first president, past or present, to publish a novel. So, I don't know this. I knew the answer, but I don't know the name of the book. Please let me know if you know the name of the book. I'm sure someone in here does. The answer is, again, the South helps you here, Jimmy Carter. Question number 28. The second president to die in office. He expired in 1850 after eating a dessert of cherries and milk. Who was the second president to die in office? He expired in 1850 after eating a dessert of cherries and milk. That's what you get for eating healthy, Zachary Taylor. Question number 29. A book about this 13th chief executive is subtitled The Unbelievable Life of a Forgotten President. A book about this 13th chief executive. Unlucky number 13 basically had to take over because the president before him died. The president before him was Zachary Taylor. This is Millard Fillmore. Non-elected president. Final question of the night. If you have not had an opportunity to follow us yet, this is the time to do so. Click that follow button because it is definitely a lot of fun to do. Follow us, hang out with us. We play games every Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Oh, next week is before and after. If you like wordplay, before and after next week is for you. Oh, wordplay next week. Last one of the night, question number 30. Thank you all for being here. George W. Bush was the first candidate since this man in 1888 to win the electoral vote and the presidency while losing the popular vote. So George W. Bush was the first candidate since this man in 1888 to win the electoral vote and presidency while losing the popular vote. There's only been 4 times this has happened ever. The first one was John Quincy Adams. The second one was Benjamin Harrison. Benjamin Harrison. That is everything. Did we have anyone with a perfect score? Everyone take a quick look at the chat right now. Amy is going to be spamming out a PDF for you. Oh, cool. Bang PDF is great. That is how you get the PDF. There are a couple of lists on this PDF, which if you have not gotten yet, it is definitely one to really look at. It gives you the list of assassinated presidents and their year, the Curse of Tippecanoe presidents. If you don't know what the Curse of Tippecanoe is, from William Henry Harrison, and then every 20 years, president died in office. Harrison in 1840, Lincoln in 1860, Garfield 1880. So if they were elected in a 20-year, they died in office. The curse was broken by Ronald Reagan in 1980. So from 1840 until 1960, if you were elected in a year that was a 20, you died in office. And Ronald Reagan survived an assassination attempt. So that's it. Thank you so much for being here. Next week is before and after. I hope to see you there. I hope you all had fun. I hope that this is still a stream that you find to be helpful and good. Let me know in chat if you like it still, if this is something you look forward to. Let me know if you think the PDFs are worthwhile for you. I hope you find this helpful. I hope you find the PDF to be helpful. Love having you all here. Again, any type of feedback you can give helps out so very much. So thank you all for being here. Any feedback, you can reach out to me directly. You could hit us up on the Discord. The more feedback we get, the better off we can make this for all of y'all. Okay, everyone. Peace out. Good night.